Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another breakdown. This is Wrestling Talk, where there's not really a direct subject. I'm just here live talking about pro wrestling, and I do have my cards with me. Um, I do have some cards that I'm going to sell them on Etsy. Now, I have a question out there for people that collect cards. So this is a super old card. Let's check the Snake Roberts. Can you see the damage on there? The damage is pretty bad on there. There's the old light right there. It kind of sucks, but it has the cool stuff on the back. And if you see how bad it is, you can see the damage. But still, I think a collector, would love to have this card. And I think that even some cards I'm able to get and put into a hard case, collectible. I still think it's collectible. Some people may argue that the card is worthless, that nobody wants this card anymore. But in 20 years' time, if you're looking for old wrestling cards from when was this made? 87, I believe this card was made. It's going to be hard to find. And I know actually seen some packs of cards of this you can buy online. But even then, it's hard to find those because people are going to be charging like $5, $10 for one pack of cards, which you'll get probably a decent amount of cards from. So it's probably worth it to buy it. But people aren't going to want to do that. They're going to want to buy their favorite superstars, things like that. So this is beat up. I do have some other cards though. And see, I tried to put these cards in here. These cards right here, they're very, very thick. So when I put them in there, I think I may have damaged. See, I got Mr. Fuji too. But this isn't all about cards. We're not going to talk about cards. I was just going to show you. Here's Haku. But there is damage on the corners, of course. Kind of rough edge on the corners, but not too bad. Completely torn up. And also some of these WCW cards I have. There's Flair. Upside down. Some of these also have like the corners are kind of messed up on them, and the edges are kind of a little bit rough. Maybe not that bad, but there is some wear on them. And these cards, which are super cool, I like these cards probably the most. The old WCW cards. That light is so stupid. There's Billy Kidman, Vincent. See, these cards are super cool. And there is wear on the corners, but these cards, they're glossy. So these I've kind of acquired. Ming. There you go. Rick Rude. That's a really cool card. I love that card. And there is damage to the corners. But see, I wouldn't even care because it's Rick Rude. You can't have enough Rick Rude cards. I'll tell you right now. Kaz Hayashi. Like, when is Kaz Hayashi going to have a trading card? And even if the corner's damaged, who cares? Brian Adams. Bagwell. Hugh Morris. Riggs. There you go. Some cool cards. I think I'm just going to stick them in here for now. Put all WCW together. I have a box. Got some boxes the other day. I do kind of talk about the stuff on my other channel. But yeah, figured I'd do this kind of chat, mess around with my cards a little bit, talk about pro wrestling. We're going that way. Okay, we have to put it the other way. I do kind of want to do this a certain way. There we go. That'll work. At the end here. Yeah, it actually might work better that way. I was thinking about doing something like that and putting things in between them. I'm probably just going to put these like that. There we go. If that'll work, I'll put those up somewhere. Anyways, I am sick. Allergies, I have no idea. I had some juice, trying to not a pop, trying to do something to help. My mouth constantly dry. So annoying. I'm gonna sniffle. You're gonna hear me sniffle. I apologize. Let's talk about NXT. So NXT has a big change coming. Asuka dropped the belt. She's basically gone now. Bobby Roode lost his title. I think he's gone, but there may be a challenge like on NXT. Kind of do like the Kevin Owens thing, or was it Kevin Owens that did that, or Balor that came back and challenged but lost? Um, Somebody did that. I know Shinsuke did, but he wasn't on main roster yet. Somebody did it. I can't remember who did it. I think it was Owens. He came back to NXT to get a shot at the title. Um, Kept talking about how he's going to bring the NXT title to the main roster. Why would he do that? Anyways. But yeah, NXT going through some big changes. Adam Cole and Red Dragon showed up. Wow. And supposedly War Machine's on its way. And Leo Rush. Wow. It's good. NXT is basically Ring of Honor now. It basically is. That's why I kind of want to watch Ring of Honor, because who's on there now? If we're getting on there, I'm going to wipe my nose. This is going to be a disgusting live show. I'm going to tell you right now. Oh, oh God. I apologize. I had to do it. But we are live. Yeah, NXT main roster. Main roster is going to be a little interesting to see what happens when Asuka shows up. But I will say this: some people think Asuka's going to go to SmackDown. I think she needs to go to Raw. If we think about this, it would work out better because Asuka comes into Raw, immediately challenges for the women's championship, and Sasha's like, Sasha could be like, well, you can do what you want, but you gotta earn your spot and all this other stuff. And Asuka just destroys whoever Kurt Angle puts in front of her. So they immediately put her in a title match at whatever the next pay-per-view was, and she beats Sasha Banks for the title. That's all she has to do. She's right back on top, and she can't be beat. Put her in this huge storyline with Sasha Banks. Sasha can't beat her. And then finally at WrestleMania, somebody will beat Asuka. Who knows what it's going to be? I'm going to blow my nose again. It's going to be disgusting. But yeah, I think it's because my let's see, I took a how am I taking 6, 7, 8. Wait, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That could be what? 12, 1, 2, 3. I think I could take it again. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if I could take my medicine again. Anyways, but WWE is kind of in a spot right now because they're rebuilding NXT, trying to, but then they also want to keep pulling people. So I think as long as they keep leaving to stay an independent circuit, they'll be good. And I think that right now it's pretty good because Will Ospreay is still out there. Ricochet still out there. People from GFW, like there's so much talent over there that it's waiting just to come to NXT. Seriously. And to kind of segue into GFW, I've kind of been following them lately because I'm kind of interested in the product, seeing what's happening. Jim Cornette, of all people, show up on their programming. So if you're not following GFW, Jim Cornette showed up. He said some choice words. I know a lot of people don't like Jim Cornette nowadays because of what he thinks about certain wrestlers, and I don't understand what his beef is. I think he's more a traditionalist. That's why he doesn't understand the kind of change that's happening in wrestling. And in a way, I understand what he's saying, and I agree. There's got to be some kind of entertainment aspect in it. It can't just be like Ring of Honor all over the board. They've got to have a character. They've got to have charisma. And if you don't have any charisma, you're not going to get over it. And Larson said something. What was it on some video? Stephen Larson. I just watched something tonight where I know what it was. Steve's Impact review on MS Steve, and oh my God, my nose is like so bad tonight. This video is gonna be horrible. Anyways, thumbs down for my allergies. Anyways, he talked about somebody not having any charisma, and I think Eddie Edwards, but he can wrestle. Doesn't help. You have to have charisma, and I completely understand that because there are some wrestlers, and one person, Will Ospreay, great wrestler, but does he have charisma? And I think he does. I think he does have. He could be. He does have charisma. Um, even guys like Kushida has charisma. You can put him in that WWE, he would blow up. People would love him. Um, people like that. But some people in GFW, they're just bland characters. And this video is gonna be the most boring video ever. People are gonna like fall asleep watching me listen to me talk about wrestling. Horrible video. Anyways, try not to yawn. I think I just need to go to bed. But yeah, I've been watching the product. I've been enjoying the product. NXT, WWE, kind of following a little bit of GFW. Nothing else. I've been watching New Japan a little bit, but so much crap gets flooded on my DVR, and they're playing old matches and new matches. I get confused. Oh, I wish in the description it would tell you what year it is, because it doesn't tell you what year it is in the description on DVR. But I mean, you assume if AJ Styles and Nakamura is in it, it's not current, of course, but a lot of times it's not. It's like Okada versus go to whatever the hell you guys' name is. Can't talk tonight. But why is there a spider in the middle of the flipping table hanging down? That was annoying. I'm just like looking across at my bar. There's a bar right there, kitchen bar. There's a spider hanging down from my lamp. I'm like, what the hell is that? Something hanging down right in front of me is annoying the crap out of me. But anyways, so pro wrestling is blowing up. And I told everybody about this a long time ago that the boom period is coming. And now it's beyond the boom period. Like, if you look at the main roster, it's ridiculous who is on the main roster. Like, just start naming off names and think about 10 years ago who was on the roster in the WWE. Ridiculous. Ridiculous to think about how many indie stars and international stars are on the main roster now. It's incredible. And to realize that a women's tournament's going to happen, what's going to happen with that? I didn't really think about the UK tournament, though. Steve and Larson were really heavy talking about that, and they really need to do something with that. Honest opinion, they just really need to. I hate to say this, but to be honest, what they need to do is hire one of the guys from one of the promotions, maybe a guy that helps book one of their shows. Hey, you guys can have this belt. You can use it use it to promote these guys, get them over in your country, so that when we have shows over here, people will come because when we book the show. Because when we say we're going to like Glasgow, Scotland, whatever, and the UK tournament's going to show up there, or whatever, wherever they're going to defend their title, England or whatever. all the England suburbs or districts or whatever you want to call them. I don't know what they call them over there. Pause for nose blow. Good God. Anyways, they really just need to create a promotion. And it doesn't have to be something spectacular. It could be like 205 Live. Once they start something, then it's going to blow up. And if they have people, they hire somebody for one of these companies and say, hey, this is what we want you to do. We want you to create another brand for the company of the WWE and steal one of their low-level writers. Like if let's say the major guys of Progress, they have like another guy that kind of helps them with writing and write the program, and basically have two guys from NXT go up to help them that are American and kind of make the show, and that they could talk back and forth with Triple H and Vince and whatever they want to do with the product. Just basically have helpers that they can get on the internet, text, video chat, say, hey, we got this guy, he's really awesome, blah blah blah, book it, there we go. And then it's on the network and you can watch it. It'd be so easy to do. I don't think it has to be somebody per se, that it just needs to be somebody that can be there to do the show. Basically all there needs to be. They should really just buy a place in the UK, make it their home, kind of like the ECW arena. I think that's what they should do. I think they should do the same thing with 205 Live, to be completely honest, is create a spot for 205 Live and shows, record like a block of, tapings, and then go also to do the tapings that they're doing, but don't do them live. It's kind of stupid. Here's the thing about this, the internet is so fickle, is because back when SmackDown wasn't live, you would see the results immediately, and people would know if they wanted to watch SmackDown or not. People would rave over different things. Well, now we got this 205 Live. Doesn't really need to be live because people are going to watch it on the network like 5 days later. So it doesn't matter. Like, some people are not even going to watch it that same day. And some people say that it's so good. Every time I watch 205 Live, I've been let down because it's not anything that's blown me away. It shut me down. It shut me down when I watched the product. I watched it pretty much straight, I think, for about a month. And I was already done. That's the problem with WWE. They don't realize that people's attention spans are not that high anymore. And once you have bad shows back to back to back to back, people are going to stop watching. And that's what happened with me. I stopped watching 205 Live. There's no point. Why am I watching it for? Is there a champion on there? Yeah. Does a title get defended on there? Rarely. How many champions are on there? One. Is there anything that they're vying for other than that one championship? No. So it's like, it's not a promotion. It's just, uh, it's like Roman and Braun had their own show on the network. And it's the heavyweight division. Why do I want to watch that? It's my thing. That's my thing about the cruiserweights. Why do I want to watch cruiserweight show? I think they need to reevaluate what they're doing with that and come up with another brand. And I know what some people would say, like, they can't have that many brands. What is that? Something on the table. I don't know what it was. But they need to reevaluate what they're doing with their product. Because in 5 to 10 years, all these wrestlers in NXT, where are they going to go? And that's what my big thing is. Where are they going to go? They're just not going to release wrestlers because that'd be stupid. You need to have somewhere for them to go. Within 5 to 10 years. Probably sooner. SmackDown's going to be 3 hours. People don't want that, but it's going to happen. I guarantee it. When they're going to announce it, because one, they need to showcase the talent that's on the roster. There's not enough time. Some people want Raw to go back to 2. That ain't happening. SmackDown's going to go to 3 as well. It's going to happen eventually. Will there be another brand? This is something that I think is going to happen. One, the network is going to become the most important, profitable thing of the WWE. They're going to create more brands. It's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. It should happen. If they're smart, it will happen. And I've talked about this before, that they need to go acquire other promotions, whether either they buy them out and set up like equipment and just pay somebody to record them. That's all they do. They say, hey, you keep running what you've been doing, and we just want to see what you're doing. We just want to put it on the network and make money off of you. Basically it. Even if and to that degree, put guys in place like from NXT and stuff to go to these different promotions that are kind of starting to get recognized, like Pro Wrestling Noah and Ring of Honor, and go talk to them and say, hey, we want you guys on our thing, and we'll give you we'll make the network subscribers pay like $5 extra to get that. And let's say they split it down the middle. WWE gets, $250 of that money, and the other person gets 2. Even if they say you get 3, we get 2, it will be worth the WWE's time to put that stuff in place, put the recording in place for Ring of Honor, for CZW, and all this stuff. I mean, they already have recording in place. So what I'm talking about is people underneath these people. A good example is WCWO, the place I go see wrestling all the time in Greensburg. They have a thing they do in Indianapolis. They come in, they say, "Hey, we just want to film your shows. We just want to, every single show you have, we just want to film it." And they say, "Okay." They buy all the stuff. They set it all up. They hire a cameraman who is going to live in Indianapolis. He's going to show up to your shows, and he's going to record. He went to the effect that they maybe hire two or three people to show up at your shows, just to make sure it gets recorded for the network. Oh, my nose, so horrible tonight. Good Lord. Oh, yeah, that's going to be awesome for the video. Ah, breathe. Ah, there we go. I'm sorry. So sorry, people. But it goes clogged, unclogged. So annoying. Really, I need to take some medicine soon before I go to bed. Ooh. I hope this goes away soon. Who's going to have allergies like this? Whatever this is, it takes like 3 or 4 days for it to go away. So it's probably not going to go away until my day off, which would be nice. But I got to suffer through the days I work, which sucks because being at work sick is like the worst thing possible. Anyways, talking about pro wrestling. So, yeah, go out and film these independent things. And to talk about brands, the WWE could do anything they wanted to, but the thing that they should do is, even if they pick certain areas and say, okay, here is promotion, I don't even know what they would call it. Like, it would probably be something like their old shows. Like, they would just call it, like, maybe their Jacked show. Thanks for tuning in to Jack, the Jack World Champion, or something like that. It would be something like that. I mean, if you think about Jack's first signing as AJ Styles, he goes to Jacked, and then Jacked would be kind of weird. Jacked, you Jacked, or Max, to the max. Show, to the max, TTM. What the hell is it? Dude, I'm telling you, I see things. I'm going crazy. I feel like I'm going crazy all the time. I have no idea. But yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with all the talent. But it kind of interests me to know what they're going to do. Kind of makes me believe, though, that they have plans for Adam Cole to kind of hold down the ship in NXT. Need him. And as soon as, like, maybe somebody gets disgruntled, leaves, like Randy Orton or Cena, they'll call up Adam Cole, and he'll be the big guy. But I think the landscape is getting ready to change. It's changing for the better, especially with Nakamura on helm to start leading the ship. And on main roster, or on Raw, Samoa Joe's right there, fighting Reigns and Rollins and Ambrose. I mean, right now it seems like right before NXT became NXT, it was FCW. Kind of looks like FCW right now in the WWE on Raw. A lot of talent. You wish they would do more. And on SmackDown, it's like they're almost there, but they're kind of like a glimmer of hope TNA, where they're right at the edge of it. And all behind that, you just know that WWE is right there. And they're trying their best. They're pushing along, trying to give us the best product possible. And they're doing a pretty good job. I think they're doing a pretty good job. They're giving us an average pay-per-view every single time. And they're giving us something to watch. SummerSlam main event is probably the most hyped I've ever been for an entire match. They had a hell of a match. That match was incredible. And yeah, I don't know. I did a review on this channel. We're gonna watch. I'm pretty sure I did it. I did it like live at some point. I did NXT Brooklyn as well. I think I uploaded those. I'm pretty sure I did, or I did it live. I'm pretty sure I just did them live. But yeah, boy, wrestling's crazy these days. WCPW doing some kind of World Cup thing. They are showing some of the matches on YouTube, which I still didn't understand what they're doing with not putting videos on YouTube, because that was their whole thing. But supposedly they weren't getting any monetization, but now they're putting it on, and now they're going to get monetization. I don't know what happened with that. I don't know. Other YouTubers have found a way to make money with like T-shirts and patrons and stuff like that. I don't know what they should not be doing. A Patreon would be kind of weird because it's wrestling promotion. But if you like it enough, you would contribute. And it'd be kind of cool. I mean, imagine, just imagine this. Imagine this. You live in the UK. In WCPW, you go to their shows all the time. You are a patron of theirs. You pay $20 a month. And other amounts for your patron money being put into the company, you get money for tickets to the show. So it's like pretty good payoff, you know. Or just charge for your pay-per-views on YouTube. Like, I don't understand. But here's my thing. This is what I think should happen with WCPW, is that they need to have a model kind of like Grimm's Toy Show, I think, which some people will be like, oh, you're ridiculous. They're stupid. It doesn't matter what content he creates. I'm just saying, like, WCW, the model that they have would work well with WCPW, is they put a couple matches on, and then they have a pay-per-view. which they could record like a bunch of content and put it up. Even putting up like one match a day and recording it at an event and getting the commission from people coming to the show, because it could be something that they film and they put on there. And it doesn't matter for pure wrestling fans that like wrestling. They're not going to care if they know the outcome already. Some people might say, "Oh yeah, Ricochet beat John Connor at in that match this week on a weekly recording." People are going to be like, "Okay, awesome, I'll have to check it out." You already know the outcome. Why are you going to watch it? Because it's wrestling. It's WCW. That's the thing. And if they did that, and then at the end of the month they had a pay-per-view, or like every 2 weeks they had like a big show that would kind of culminate and something would happen there. Title matches, things like that, whatever. And then titles have to change hands. They can have good matches. Whatever. How wrestling works. But anyways, they could do that. They don't have to charge a lot, just enough to where it garners interest. And I think that's the problem with some wrestling promotions or people that want to have paid content. They want to charge too much. If you charged $2 or $3 and had a huge audience, kind of what WWE is doing with their network, is they're charging $9.99 and they have like 1.5 million subscribers. That's a lot of money. um, that's a lot of money. So if all the subscribers for WCPW purchase their pay-per-view, there you go. Just think about that. Even if they had their own website that you could go to and download like certain content, like maybe one match a week, you actually had to buy that match because it was such a hyped match. And maybe they'd have votes about which match will get taken down that week from the YouTube. Whichever one they voted was the best will get taken down and put on the WCPW website. And you could actually buy the matches. Or this is a big thing because WWE still hasn't figured this out. Why can't you make custom matches? You can put your own matches together on a CD or a DVD and buy it. Still trying to figure out why WWE hasn't figured that out yet. Just saying. I want to watch. I want all the main events of all the WrestleManias sent to me on a disc. Why haven't you figured that out yet? Why couldn't I do that? Why couldn't I say, "Hey WWE, I want to buy a custom DVD. I want all the Yokozuna matches." I don't know who would want that, but some rabid collector of wrestling. I want all the Duke the Dumpster Drosy matches that I could handle. It's one. All the North Clown matches, that would actually probably be a decent amount because he wrestled for a while. All the televised ones, maybe all the pay-per-view ones, you'd say. That would cut it down a little bit. But yeah, I don't have anything else to really talk about. I got rantold. Rantold? I don't know what that is. Ranted for enough about wrestling. Yeah, but I'm excited about wrestling. I don't think I've ever gotten that excited. My son is actually starting to get into wrestling now. It kind of like notched down where I thought he wasn't really excited into wrestling. But I think he sees the excitement in my eyes when I talk about matches and things like that. And SummerSlam was really hyping me. I was really getting excited. And I actually got to show him Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair, Randy Savage, and a little bit of Eddie Guerrero. That intro package was horrible, though, on the network. Good luck, man. Jesus. Showed him Damien, Jake the Snake's Damien. He was in a match. He got to see that. He's pretty excited. He liked it a little bit. So I showed him the Money in the Bank main event. He's pretty excited for that. So kind of cool, kind of awesome about that. That said, if you guys enjoyed the video, Like, comment, subscribe. You know all the good jazz you do here on YouTube. I should have to tell you. Uh, you know how to work it. I don't really need to explain. I don't. All these people want to explain it like at the end of the videos or the beginning of the videos. It's like, why? Why don't we just say, hey, do what you got to do down below and in the video? Because that's what I'm gonna do. Do what you got to do down below. Keep rocking. Keep on watching wrestling. Later, guys.